My name is Christina Smith, and I'm the principal flutist of the Atlanta Symphony. And the first piece of advice I would give someone who wants to pursue an orchestral career is to spend some time studying or coaching with somebody who has done what you want to do. So somebody who has won an audition, somebody who has spent part of their career playing in an orchestra. Those people are going to be the most current in knowing what the level of expectation is and the style is of current auditions. And of course, the biggest hurdle we have is the audition itself. As with anything that we want to be successful at or excel at, practice and preparation are the key. Know your music inside and out, not just the excerpts that are being asked on the list, but also the entire piece. Listen to the recordings of the entire piece. Try to find out what works for you during audition preparation. I have known people who do things like put on running shoes and run 2 miles, come back in and play through their entire audition list to prep themselves for the audition. I've known people who ask people just to distract them when they're practicing their excerpts. But find out what works for you that really helps you find your best and most consistent focus. Be totally prepared. We all have those excerpts that maybe are our nemesis excerpt. It's that excerpt that we hope the committee doesn't ask for, and of course, when we walk in, there it is. So spend some extra time on those excerpts that really are problematic for you, and make those your favorite ones that you hope you get to play. One thing I did as a student that I found really helpful was I used to play along with recordings. For most of us taking auditions, it's unlikely that you've played everything on that list in an orchestra already, so it's hard to sound like you're really experienced. I used to put my earbuds in and play Beethoven's Eroica Symphony along with the Cleveland Orchestra, and it really helped me get the context of the music that I was playing. I wasn't necessarily trying to match the flute playing on the recording. I was actually trying to block that out and really listen to the violins and the violas and the cellos and the brass and the winds, so I knew the context of the music that I was playing. Another big piece of advice that I have for you is to play as many mock auditions as you can rope your friends into listening to before your audition. And especially for people who don't play flute, because we know in orchestras there's really only 3 or 4 members of a flute section, and with an audition committee of 7 or 8 or 9 people, most of the people on that committee don't even play flute, so they don't know the idiosyncrasies of what's difficult on the flute and what's not difficult on the flute. So they really have a really different set of criteria that they're listening for that's incredibly valuable for us. Also, everyone has a smartphone now, and every smartphone has an app where you can record yourself. So record yourself frequently and listen to it very, very carefully. Once you start taking auditions and you've got some under your belt, I recommend keeping some kind of a notebook or an audition journal where you chronicle your experiences at the audition. Write down what excerpts were asked for in each round. Write down what you thought went well, what you thought didn't go so well. You could even make notes of, did you get a good night's sleep before that audition? Did you drink too much water before the audition? These things are all very relevant, and they're important to chronicle as we're trying to hone our success at auditions. And finally, I would encourage all of you to persevere. The national average of people who win auditions is taking 13 auditions before you win an audition. So remember, that's an average, and over 50% of people have taken more than 13 auditions. So keep that in mind. So keep fighting for what you want, follow your dreams, and best of luck.